All right, coaches, we're going to take a look at some of these cut-ups presented by Coach Justin Isk, the offensive line coach and offensive coordinator at Fort Hays State. Did a great job, again, putting together some cut-ups for us, and did a terrific job on the article, okay, which is really his zone run game in terms of blocking different defensive movements, which I don't think a lot of coaches spend a good time writing about, or at least talking about with their offensive linemen and how to make adjustments. So we're going to take a look at just the end zone shots here. It would make sense to do it that way. Okay, we're going to see is a center and right guard versus a three-technique pinch. It's always a question that we get. Okay, zone movement, you get the three-technique pinch. Okay, how you blocking that? It's a pretty good job here. What you're going to see is Coach Isk always talks about taking him where he wants to go. Okay, so right now there's the pinch. Okay, the guard, the center is going to take him and knock him on the angle he's on. Okay, the guard's going to keep continually working up to his level. Nothing changes in terms of the blocking assignments. Okay, the ball's given or the ball's taken by the quarterback, and there's no major adjustment there. Okay, we're getting zone to the right, or zone to the left, excuse me. Now you're going to have a slant strong. Okay, so now watch how the defense is going to slant. As you see, sometimes they can get themselves in trouble defensively by slanting, away from the play. But as this play starts to develop, okay, here's a slant action. Okay, everybody's slanting this way. The center's able to handle that. Okay, the guard's able to work on that nose and then work off. Okay, which is going to create a big crease for the running back. As you see, that guard's able to work off to that second level player, and the running back's able to take it north and south right now and get where he needs to go. And Coach Isk did a great job on the full-length clinic report by actually diagramming up each stunt, or the majority of stunts he sees versus these zone movements, and how to defend them or how he blocks them by training his offensive linemen. Okay, now we're going to take a look at the center here. It's a pretty good coaching point on what not to do. Okay, so our eyes are on the center. Okay, right now the center is taught to take him where he wants to go. So as his center starts to engage right now, okay, he's able not to get off. And the ball cuts back behind him. Okay, there's a better shot of practice. We're looking at the left and right guard. Okay, so there's the slant. Again, guard taking him where he wants to go. Big coaching point. Throw. I think Coach Isk used the coaching point throwing the slanter into his gap, which is a good point here. Right tackle has pretty good job of squeezing. There's a squeeze here. He's able to get good timing. Okay, as he's working to the next level. And obviously the wing misses his block, okay, as the slicer. But you can see how that all ties in. Okay, another practice cut. Now we're looking at the center here. Okay, so as the center starts to work here, he's got to shade away from him. Coaching point is to feel the squeeze by the nose and slow down. Okay, if the nose starts to squeeze that center into that A-gap right here, which is chances are the ball is going to come tight into that A-gap, the center's got to slow down and work his lift technique. Okay, in the typical inside zone, and Coach Isk was one of our contributors to our inside zone special report, and he did a great job coaching that forklift strike, or actually talking about what he calls a thumb lift strike and staying into that gap and playing it slow. Okay, so right now, by him being a little too fast, see how he gets flattened out here, which I'm sure is not what Coach Isk wants in that situation. And coaches, all these clips without narration are accessible by becoming an insider member at xandolabs.com. We're just talking you through some of these main clips that Coach Isk was gracious enough to send our way based on his clinic report. Okay, now we're going to get a pinch by a 3 and a 5 technique. Okay, as you're going to see right here, we're going to get a pinch this way, a pirate against that pirate stunt. Again, coaches have questions about blocking zone against that pirate. Now watch how this gets developed. Okay, so the center starts to work. You see the eyes right now, that guard, he sees that. Now this player becomes a B-gap player. That defensive end, he's going to take him. That center winds up taking that pinch by that tackle into the A-gap. All right, now the tackle probably has to work up to the second level a little quicker here. All right, but you see how this thing develops. The ball is able to cut back outside a little bit. If that tackle is a little quicker, he may have a better shot and get into that second level. One more we're going to show you. Coach Isk talks about not chasing air. And I think it's important that we show you this coaching point. In other words, you're going to get movement, okay, but the key is to not chase air. Make sure you're blocking somebody. So here's a stunt away. Okay, if you see this, go rewind it here. You're going to get a spike away from the zone action. Okay, there's a spike away from the zone action. Okay, again, not chasing air. He's going to continue to work in his gap, that left guard. Best thing about the zone offense, it can make defenses wrong all the time in movement as long as players are blocking their responsibility. Coaches, this is just part of Coach Isk's clinic report on how to block different movements in the zone, gap, and what he calls his box run concepts, which we're going to talk about here in a little bit. But if you want the full-length clinic report and a full video, you can log on to xandolabs.com and just become an insider member today. We'd appreciate your contribution. Coaches, thanks for logging in.